Welcome back to the 2023 APP Chicago Open. We are getting you ready because now we have our women's doubles semifinals happening here on Championship Court. That was Alix Truong, 18 years old, out of Falls Church, Virginia, with the first serve to get us started, but quick side out, so it's going to flip to the side of Tammy Emmerich and Tina Pisnik.
It was gas on the serve from Alix early.
She was ripping her serves yesterday in mixed doubles.
I like it.
Alix playing with Vivian Glozman. These two took bronze in Philadelphia last week.
So the strength of both Glozman and Truong is in the middle. Truong's two-handed backhand right now for the past 2.5, 3 weeks has been on fire. Last place you want to go with her is to her backhand. That ball, you see the movement on it? It was knuckling as it got to Pisnik.
Well, that's also that's almost a bait speed up there from Glozman.
0-0-1.
So it's going to be a side out. Truong again with the serve.
That's not a good spot, though. You know, if you're going to speed up from that spot there that Glozman did, you have to finish it because, or go cross court to Pisnik so it keeps you in that position. You go ahead to Emmrich, and exactly what happened. You get burnt down the line behind you.
Good spot right there from Emmrich. Splitting the difference, had Glozman in the transition area.
So another side out. Still looking for our first point here in game number 1 of our women's doubles semifinal between these two. Tina Pisnik coming all the way over. Emmerich recovering.
We had it. Oh, nice spot off balance too. I do not think she wanted to go there.
No, I think she was going cross court, but
0-0-2.
Alix got a little bit in the way there, and it actually wrong-footed Emmerich.
Side out.
Continuing to trade side outs here. No one wants to score.
Well, I think they'd all like to.
I'd like to.
Just can't quite. This is a feeling out process, as it were.
Need to execute. And that's going to drop in.
Wow.
And Glozman's like, wow.
Are you kidding me?
Glozman was not expecting that ball to stay.
Nobody was.
1-0-1.
So it's 1-0-1 for Truong's serve. That ball not dropping in.
Serve.
Vivian Glozman now back
1-0-2.
with the serve, 1-0-2.
Ooh, she almost picked that up. Yeah, I mean, Glozman trying to execute with the third shot drive there, but just gets that ball up too high. Pisnik doesn't have to do much to get that ball down to the feet of Truong, and our tent is getting ready to blow away.
It is getting a bit windier here in Chicago.
Like the idea right there from Emmerich, trying to change the spot of the dinking up. Try and get into the backhand of Glozman.
0-1-2. Point.
Truong getting jammed up just a little bit there. It was a good speed up from Glozman right into the body of Pisnik. She counted, and Truong had the chance but didn't slide to the right to clear herself soon enough. My goodness, Glozman is just teeing off right now.
She's dangerous. Every bit of 6 feet tall up there at the kitchen line, and when she's able
1-1-1.
to get that kind of downward motion on a ball, it is scary. Oh, that's not the spot right there. Tammy Emmerich is going to sit middle right there with that two-handed backhand, her strength, and just punish that if Truong wants to speed up there.
That's a thank you, please give it to me again kind of spot right there. Oh, she hit an out ball.
She did, and Pisnik almost stopped playing because she thought it was going to go out too. Everything happened so fast.
Well, we always talk about the difference between men's doubles and women's doubles. Women's doubles is much faster pace than men's doubles.
Wow, what a pickup from Glozman on backhand side, but just too much Emmrich right there. As we saw Tammy Emmerich's husband earlier, Martin Emmrich, play with William Sobek.
And tomorrow we will see Tina Pisnik and Martin Emmerich playing in mixed doubles. So these two women know each other very well.
That's smart from Glozman there. After that ball rolled over the net and Pisnik had to run into the kitchen to get that and was so close to the net, Glozman sped it up into the body of Pisnik knowing that she was just going to scramble to be able to establish both feet outside the kitchen. Oh, almost gets another net roller.
Doesn't get the friendly roll that time, though, so ties us up at 2-all here in a very closely contested game number 1 between these two women's doubles teams, and the first semifinal that we're going to bring to you live here on ESPN Plus this Labor Day weekend from Chicago.
Perfect spot right there from Pisnik, and she has really worked on that and finding spots on the court. Instead of trying to overpower everything and go too big, she goes outside and then finds the spot inside.
3-2-2.
3-2-2 for Emmerich's serve.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, what a spot there from Glozman.
Well, Emmrich takes a step to the right to clear the backhand. Pisnik holds the ground to get ready for it, but Glozman able to just shape it right through the middle. That ball sails deep from Pisnik.
3-3-1.
And perfect spot again from Pisnik. Not too big, but just enough heat on it to find a spot and find a hole in the middle.
3-3-2.
3-3-2 for Glozman's serve.
Oh, got her in the face.
Got her.
Not ideal.
Well, Glozman's coming over there to try to approach and put the pressure on for that shake and bake. I just got her in the shoulder. Wasn't able to come across far enough. Excellent spot. And Truong did too much there.
Too big. And again, it's finding a spot, placement over power, find the open area, and just get the ball to it.
4-3-1.
4-3-1 for Pisnik's serve.
Point.
Make it 5.
I think one more point and you take a timeout right here.
5-3-1.
Glozman and Truong had the early momentum.
Ooh, Pisnik just missing that. Knew where she wanted to go with it, but just overhits it a little bit. And you're right, though, Chad. It seemed like Truong and Glozman had some momentum in their favor.
5-3-2.
It is Emmerich and Pisnik with the lead now, though. 5-3-2 for Emmerich's serve.
Wow, you see what Glozman put on that ball? I mean, so much roll on it as she brushes up the backside.
But again, though, it's reaching in, and it's just using the paddle and a little bit of wrist. She's not trying to snap the wrist. She's not trying to do too much with it.
One-two combo right there from Emmrich and Pisnik. Pisnik knows that Emmrich is going to pull the trigger here, so watch her slide to the middle and just close that off with the forehand.
5-3-1.
That's what you get when you're familiar with your partner.
Little unlucky. Good get there from Pisnik. But another net ball from Glozman.
5-3-2.
So it's going to be 5-3-2 here in game number 1 of our women's doubles semifinal.
Side up.
Alix is ready to go. That was what you heard on the court mic right there, was Alix Truong. After they hold, don't give up any more points.
Yeah, I saw this a little bit yesterday from Alix in mixed doubles, where she wants to be aggressive, but she's pulling triggers and trying to speed up those balls from her shoelaces on a ball that is literally at or behind the feet. And it becomes so difficult to try to keep that ball one down or two even in the back of the court.
Wow, what a great recovery from Emmrich, as it looked like she was going to be in trouble right there. Gets the point back to neutral, but then misses the dink.
4-5-2.
Nice ball there from Glozman. And Chad, we talk about that all the time, of instead of trying to rip that at like 100%, take something off it, and that's what Glozman does, put some shape on that ball.
Well, especially when it's the uncoil from the stack and you're getting the ball to dip over the net. A little too much there from Glozman. Fully extended there. So difficult to try to get that ball down. But back to the drive there at Pisnik, when Pisnik's uncoiling. It's hard enough as you're trying to get that ball with your feet moving, and then you add some shape or something down at the feet as you're moving. So difficult to pick up.
Glozman with an impressive behind the back.
What?
What was that?
Hold on, we got
that again?
We got to show
Behind the back.
Oh, okay.
Shrimp behind the back.
The backhand overhead right there.
Huh?
5-5-2.
Yeah, nobody right now can find a spot better than Tina Pisnik, as she's just seeing it so well. Talk about the ball looking bigger and almost being like a beach ball out there when you're seeing it so well. Wow, how did Glozman get that back over? Because Pisnik punished that ball.
I mean, so we always talk about the overhead being out in front. Pisnik hit the overhead there from way back behind her head. Gets phenomenal power on it.
Unforced error there from Pisnik on the backhand block.
6-6-1.
6-6-1, the score for Vivian Glozman's serve.
Second serve.
I love Glozman's facial expressions when she misses a ball. She's always she's
Shocked.
like, no, how?
If you watched our coverage from Philadelphia, you saw her playing mixed doubles with, I think it was Rob Nunnery as well. And so I feel like we saw a lot of that in that match with those two teaming up.
6-6-1.
Here in Chicago, we got a tie game, number 1, 6-6-1.
That ball's just deep. Little too much lift there from Truong on the return. She's trying to get that one deep, but again, very tricky when you have the wind swirling here on championship court as well.
Oh, wow. That's showing your hand a little early from Pisnik, but I like it. It's aggressive going, hey, I'm going to try and read this and get this, but Truong does a great job on the counter.
Well, the other thing, too, there is I think Emmrich drove to the wrong position for where Pisnik was crashing to.
She saw some daylight for a split second, and then it looked like at the last second she did not want to do that and tried to pull it back.
8-6-2.
Yeah, same thing that Glozman just trying to rush that a little too much. She has Pisnik out of position again, but she goes out for it. She gets fully extended, tries to roll it back cross court, and moves with the body a little bit, combining there, and just so difficult to execute when you're trying to rush through your shot.
This little timeout called here on the court. Women's doubles semifinal number 1. The winner of this is going to go on to our women's doubles final, and the winner of that plays for the gold medal tomorrow. Now, the unique thing about here on the APP Tour is whichever of these teams loses, they go down to the consolation bracket, but they do have a chance to work their way all the way back to play for a gold medal tomorrow. The road is a bit tougher, a bit longer, and so staying in the winner's bracket, certainly what both of these teams are trying to do. You see Alix Truong and Vivian Glozman having a little chat in this timeout. Sitting just 2 points away from winning game 1 are Tammy Emmerich and Tina Pisnik. What do Pisnik and Emmrich need to do to close this first game out?
Stay patient. Do exactly what they've been doing. Not been forcing anything. They're forcing Glozman and Truong into trying to do something with a lot of these balls. They've just been too patient. Have Pisnik and Emmerich.
That ball's just, yeah. But again, like you were saying, Dom, Emmerich and Pisnik don't have to really do anything here other than just stay in those dinks, keep moving the ball around. We saw it right there with Glozman popping that ball up once the ball got behind her.
Opportunity to win game 1 here from Emmerich and Pisnik. And they do it. The forehand from Vivian Glozman into the net. So Tammy Emmerich and Tina Pisnik take game 1 of our women's doubles semifinal here on Championship Court from Chicago. We will be back with game number 2 when we return.
Need to sell tickets for an event? From Sports Illustrated's official ticketing platform, introducing Box Office. Managed ticketing for sports, festivals, fundraisers, and more, paid or free. And we go beyond the barcode. Introducing Super Ticket. Super Tickets are secured by blockchain technology and transform into exclusive digital content, promotions, and rewards between the event and guests. Cheaper, better, simpler, more secure. Sports Illustrated Tickets. Partner with us for your next event.
The APP is presented by AARP, Volpe, Lexus, and PowerPlate.
2023 APP Chicago Open. You are taking a Look here, game number 2 getting started of our women's doubles semifinal. Tina Pisnik, Tammy Emmerich taking game number 1 over Alix Truong and Vivian Glozman. So Truong and Glozman got to win this game if they want to stay alive.
Oh.
But Tina Pisnik flipping that right into the body of Glozman and can't catch it with your hand.
Yeah, another excellent spot there from Pisnik, just twisting Glozman around. Going right that left hip, and she was sitting on the forehand side. I think it's safe to say that Glozman was a little frustrated, agitated,
aggravated,
peed off.
Yep, all the above on that last ball. Taking it out. Ooh, that's a nice ball. Just missing from Truong.
So I think for Glozman and Truong, they need to be aggressive. They can't allow Pisnik and Emmrich to dictate the pace, but they have to choose the right balls and they have to start executing. They missed those last 2 drives.
1-0-1.
1-0-1 now for Pisnik's serve.
That was much better control from Glozman on the backhand flick. She didn't try and do too much with it, but she got it down, forcing Pisnik to have to play it off the ground. Much better control
1-0-2.
from Vivian Glozman.
And a side out here. I want to go back to what you were just talking about, just what Truong and Glozman have to do to stay aggressive. What does that look like? Does that look like placing the ball more aggressively, driving the ball harder, as we're seeing Truong do
that
right there?
But finding the right spot, right? It's about finding that right spot. You want to be aggressive, but it's aggressive with a purpose.
Well, and it's pulling the trigger and being aggressive on the right balls. It means not speeding a ball up from your shoelaces.
Point of contention right there. Tina Pisnik found that spot in the middle that always has a tendency to create that split second of confusion, especially for doubles partners who don't have a lot of experience playing together, maybe a little bit of a lack of communication. But Truong and Glozman have played several tournaments together.
Yeah, again, another good drive there from Glozman. She goes on the forehand side of Pisnik. Pisnik tries to create a little too much angle there, but I'd like to see Glozman and Truong go for a little bit more on their serve to get that shorter return so they can step in.
Nice drop. Ooh, just missing that cross court.
Just pushing it a little wide. Take another look at it here.
I can't see your
I know,
feet are
sorry,
in the way.
she was in the
My
way of that
goodness. This isn't our lounge room here. Get your feet up on the table.
Tina Pisnik with the serve.
Twisted in my chair. That's a good execution, a good firefight there from Glozman. Just reloads that backhand so quickly. Short, compact, good extension through.
It's going to be Tammy Emmerich with the serve now.
I think that ball was going out.
I think that's exactly what Tina Pisnik was raising her hands in the air about. But Glozman doing a good job in that point. It looked like to cover for Truong's aggression, where you were talking about Truong can speed up the ball here and there, and Glozman sliding into the middle to cover for her partner. Gets him a side out here. So it's going to be Alix Truong getting ready to serve.
2-1-1.
Alix, one of the up-and-coming younger players that we have here on the APP Tour. When we were in Philadelphia after she wrapped up, I believe it was her mixed doubles day, maybe it was singles, she was working on her college classes in the Players Lounge. doing everything she can to pursue pickleball full time, which means sometimes you have to take your classes on the road with you.
That ball just wide there from Emmrich. Yeah, I certainly don't miss the
School?
class part of college. Even though I did well in my classes.
Love that spot on the speed up from Alix Truong. Because what Emmrich will try and do is watch this speed up. She's going to try and go cross court with the counter, but instead doesn't get enough on it and allows Glozman to punish that last ball.
4-1-2.
So
She was there. Sorry. Go ahead.
I was just going to say Glozman and Truong just only ever led by 1 point in game 1, but they have built themselves up a nice little 3-point lead here. Start game 2, but the side out gives Pisnik and Emmrich a chance to cut into that lead.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, Alix Truong just holding the ball in her paddle here. She freezes Pisnik.
Well, Pisnik takes a step to the middle there, expecting the regular speed up from Truong, where she was trying to really rip that ball. This one, she takes a little bit of pace off, adds some shape, goes for the spot rather than the power. And again, it's more about the spot, right? Because we see so many medium pace speed ups work. It's more about the spot than the actual power or overhitting the ball.
And that speed right there, right? Taking something off it.
Yep.
She's
Good swing and a miss.
Swing and miss at that ball. It goes long.
But again, we saw Truong there with a couple of speed ups. They're medium paced. They're hitting the good spots. They're getting Emmrich and Pisnik off balance.
Nice spot there from Pisnik, but still second server here for Glozman and Truong.
Have already added to their lead on this service side, so it's going to be Vivian Glozman up 5-1-2 in game number 2, our women's doubles semifinal.
So an adjustment trying to be made right there from Pisnik and Emmrich as they don't uncoil on the stack and they keep Pisnik on the right.
6-1-2.
Now they'll go back.
Again, Truong getting too big. So what it is right there is actually she's coming forward. The paddle's down a little bit. The paddle drops, she takes it back, then she has to bring it up. So it's this windmill action, and that's why she ends up catching that one late.
7-3. One 6-2.
Oh, miscommunication.
Yeah, Pisnik was expecting Emmrich to take it. Emmrich was expecting Pisnik to grab it, and they both kind of ran past it.
That's a you, me, I, my, me, I, no.
Yours.
Another
Half
good
pace.
spot. Yeah, it's all about the spot. So Pisnik has started really over committing to the middle there, and Emmrich still sliding to the right to clear the backhand.
Second serve.
You can't have those misses.
No.
Not when you're having success at the
Right.
medium pace speed ups.
7-1-2 for Glozman's serve and the return.
And no timeout here yet from Pisnik and Emmrich. I'm shocked.
Because the run here has been impressive.
1-2.
4 points just on this service side for Glozman and Truong. Up 8-1 here in game number 2, which they must win to push it to 3.
Oh,
Speed up
moved
there.
right into it.
From Tammy Emmerich right into the body of Vivian Glozman.
Yeah, that's a good change of direction there. You'll see Glozman sitting all forehand here. Emmrich recognizes it, just goes left hip.
Good pressure there from Glozman, continuing to stay big at the kitchen line, take those balls out of the air, not allow Pisnik to work her way through transition.
1-8-2.
1-8-2 for Tammy Emmerich serve. A little bit of help off the net there for Glozman and put it in a spot where Pisnik couldn't readjust to it. Right there, you see that? So it's going to be a side out. 8-1-1 for Truong serve.
Wow, nice spot there from Alix Truong as she is firing herself up as she finds a hole in the middle.
I don't think I've seen Glozman do anything but smile. I think Truong makes enough noise for both of them.
Yeah, she doesn't need to say anything.
Letting her play do the talking, and this is part of the personality aspect of playing with a team. You want to figure out how you work well in a match against somebody, and right now Alix Truong, Vivian Glozman working off of each other incredibly well. Game point opportunity here for the two of them.
Oh, Emmrich got off-footed right there. Great ball from Alix Truong, and then David able to put it away.
Vivian Glozman just finishing that game with the same authority that they played with the entire time. And so we go to number 3. Best 2 out of 11 here in our women's doubles semifinal, but it all comes down to this next one. Who's going to punch their ticket to the women's doubles final? We come back. We find out when we come back.
There's only one way now, just one way out. With every single break comes crashing down. There's only one.
We save time when we buy and book online at discounttire.com.
Which means more time
Wait, take a check.
Kyle, it's pickleball.
Every time. 002.
Get 30% shorter average wait time when you buy and book online at discounttire.com.
Ah, retirement. It's not all one big vacation. It's great to find purpose by trying a new activity. Keep an active social life, but don't forget to make new friends too. As always, hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. Ah, isn't it wonderful to be retired?
Welcome back to the 2023 APP Chicago Open. Let's play a game 3, shall we? The winner of this one punches their tickets to the women's doubles final. Vivian Glozman and Alix Truong come roaring back in game 2 to take it 11-1. Tina Pisnik, though, and Tammy Emmerich taking game 1.
1?
They took game 1, 11-6. Truong and Glozman trying to build off the momentum they found in game 2. They're going to start with the serve from Truong.
Oh, no.
And immediately,
Yikes.
Glozman finding not just the power, but the placement in game number 2 and locking in early here.
1-0-2.
Oh, she was there, but did not commit with the feet. She's wrong-footed, reaches in, tries to flick that one.
It's going to be a side out here. Tammy Emmerich with the serve.
Second serve. 0-1-2.
Emmrich just a little late with that drive.
So wind is in the face of Emmerich and Pisnik right now at the beginning of this third game.
Well, that's where you just have to set up and get yourself positioned earlier to execute.
Oh, that ball just didn't bounce the way Emmerich was expecting it to.
Yeah, so it's early paddle preparation, get the paddle in position, so then you can be a little bit more aggressive with your shots because the wind is going to knock it down. But if you don't fully commit when you have the wind in your face, it becomes extremely difficult to stay consistent.
2-0-2 for Alix Truong.
Yeah, and that's the issue. If you're going to go pace at Pisnik, you better get it away from her. You can't go directly at her. Her hands are too good. She's going to reset everything. And she shows it right there. Truong going with equipment change, new paddle.
0-2-1.
So walk us through the specs of that new paddle that Truong just picked up, what it gives her, what it adds to her game here in the third one.
Well, she's either, it could be one of two things. She's feeling something wrong with it, or two, what happens, it's so hot out, her grip could just be getting too sweaty, and she's got the exact same paddle that she likes, but now she's got better grip on it.
Well, then you've also got the other aspect of it, too, is that they have the wind with them. So if you're playing with a newer paddle, a fresher paddle that has more pop, and you have that wind behind you, now you start popping a few too many balls up or missing balls deep. So you switch to an older paddle that doesn't, has maybe lost a little bit of its pop, but is still, so you're going for a little bit more control over power.
Speaking of control, that one also having some power from Tammy Emmerich. Strong forehand to finish there. Pushes Truong and Glozman onto their second serve.
Oh, nothing. not even sorry. She's like, oh, so sorry.
That's what she said, though, too. Vivian Glozman just has a smile.
Oh.
Very, very chill demeanor to her. She's either smiling or surprised when the ball goes out of bounds. But Alix Truong wearing a lot more of her emotions on her sleeve.
Side out.
Little exchange there from Truong and Pisnik.
0-3-1.
0-3-1 for Tammy Emmerich serve. Sails long.
And that's just not fully committing to the serve right there. She slowed
up.
things down a little bit, stood up. And there's the look of surprise right there, and the with Glozman pulling that one wide. But you talk about the serve, and we're starting to go for the serve more. But the reason why people miss serves is not fully committing to it, just like any other stroke. If you don't commit to your forehand ground stroke, or you don't commit to that volley, then you're going to miss it. And people go about the serve and they're like, oh, it's just the serve. I don't have to fully focus as much. Well, that's a big issue.
Glozman doing everything she can to get to that ball, but Pisnik with the strong angle taken.
3-1-2.
And some of that pace, it looked like, taken off of that ball.
Nice pressure there from Pisnik, taking over in the middle right now.
1-3-1.
1-3-1. Pisnik with the serve.
Point.
Glozman and Truong, looking a little bit out of sorts right here at the start of Game 3. They did go up 3-0, but recently just a little bit of miscommunication.
Ooh, off the tape right there. Truong makes a good adjustment. But you're right, Chad. They looked a little out of sorts after they got up 3-0, but looking to hone that in, get this side out here. Ooh, and a little miss hit right there from Glozman down the sideline.
Ties us up 3-all here in game number 3 of our women's doubles semifinal. Winner of this game punches their ticket to the women's double final. Tammy Emmerich with the serve.
Unlucky with the net cord there from Truong. Good setup from Glozman and Truong right there. Truong uses that speed up behind Pisnik, gets the ball to pop up, but a little too big with that finishing swing.
And it was a perfect setup right there from Alix Truong. The speed up behind, like you said, Chad, and then she's sitting right there on the middle forehand, but it clips the tape, goes out, and the timeout here from Glozman and Truong.
They trail by 1 point here in game number 3. The timeout an opportunity because it has been Pisnik and Emmrich who have scored 3 straight on this service side. They push them onto their second serve, but then Truong and Glozman losing the lead that they had built up here in game number 3. What do they have to get back to get this side out and get the ball back on their side?
I like the aggression that they're playing with, and it was controlled. That last point was exactly what they need to do. Alix got exactly what she wanted right there. If she doesn't clip the tape, it's a winner down the middle. If she clips the tape, it goes out. So I like exactly what they did right there, but it's got to be, like Chad, you and I have already discussed, they got to put pressure on Pisnik and Emmrich. And when they're not, and they're getting sucked into those longer points, it's Emmrich and Pisnik that are winning those.
So it'll be Tammy Emmerich and Tina Pisnik with the serve. Their second serve. Emmerich trying to build on this first lead that they have built up here in game number 3.
That's a good spot there from Glozman. Goes nice and tight with that cut backhand. Gave Pisnik an issue right there. Nice timeout. Nice quick side out for Truong and Glozman.
Vivian Glozman with the serve. Chance to tie things up.
Emmrich mishits that ball. It almost like she changed her mind a little bit right there.
Looked like she was looking to go cross court with it. She decided to go back through the middle one more time.
Ties us up 4-all here in game number 3.
Second serve.
4-4 game 3, driving from the baseline. It's got to be over.
Oh, it doesn't even matter the pace.
Right. Just got to be over. 2 balls.
And you missed 2 in the net.
2/3. Can't miss those. Not at this juncture in game 3.
So it'll be a side out. Truong and Glozman do tie things up, but do no more than that. Emmerich calling for the ball and the switch there, but can't get the dink back over. Another look.
Yeah, it's a good touch here from Glozman. Takes a lot off of it. Pisnik kind of held back at the baseline there.
Nice defense initially from Emmrich, but good angle there from Truong and Glozman.
So a scoreless service side for Emmrich and Pisnik. Alix Truong with a chance to build a little lead here in game number 3. Great defense here by Truong and Glozman. And the winning of the point there, Glozman stepping in with the forehand.
The third, the fifth, the seventh were all high, right, from Truong and Glozman, but that's not the issue. The issue for them was that they got it over, right? Just get it up and over and fight for the next shot. Wow, nice hands from Emmrich, but too much Glozman.
Yeah, good step in and good pressure there from
Who's that?
I just tripped over my own tongue trying to say Glozman right there. But good pressure and good step in there from Glozman. She definitely does an excellent job of going cross-body when she's ripping that two-handed backhand. She can change spots, she can change speeds with it. And what you're saying, Dom, toward the end change here for Truong and Glozman, they just went back to getting the balls over the net with a little bit of shape, a little bit of pace, not having to do a whole lot, but they're keeping Pisnik and Emmrich off balance. You see Emmrich sliding to the right to try to open up that backhand, but at times it just leaves too much of a space in the middle, so she tries to come back. When she does come back, then they go back outside on the forehand side and she gets wrong-footed.
So two totally separate game plans, right? You have Pisnik and Emmrich slow it down, elongate the points. Let's wait for the right opportunity. Glozman and Truong, let's get into that point. But when we see a little bit of daylight, let's speed something up and see if we can get a block that's high or a counter that's sitting on our forehand or our two-handed backhand, and we can put away.
So Vivian Glozman and Alix Truong with the 6-4 lead here in game number 3. This is a game to 11 here in our women's pro doubles semifinal. If Glozman and Truong can finish out this game 3, then they will guarantee themselves a medal finish here in Chicago.
Need battery pack for the
regroup
referee's headset.
We're good now.
So we're getting a little bit of a added break here to the end change for both of these teams.
Time in. 6-4-1. 6-4-1.
6-4-1 for Truong serve.
That's a nice counter there from Tammy Emmerich. And it's exactly what they need to do. If they're going to get pace brought to them, they have to counter. They can't just play block and patty cake back and forth. They're going to have to do some speed ups and counters of their own.
Strong serve there from Glozman, which exactly like you guys were talking about. You want to see them go for their serves here in game number 3.
Well, especially now that you have the wind in your face, it's a little bit safer to drive a lot of those balls. But good adjustment there from Emmrich on the last 2 balls that she's finished the point on. Not over swinging, just getting the ball down to the feet.
Be a side out here. Tammy Emmerich with the serve for 7-1.
Ooh. The ball looked wide.
It looked wide.
I think Pisnik sold it.
She sold it well.
Another look at it.
Outside
the
line. That's where we're at.
5-7-1.
5-7-1.
Excuse me. I'm like you now.
It's contagious. Watch out.
It is. Wow. Emmerich moving through her reset right there as she needs to plant her feet.
Let's be honest. It's all 4 players don't have the smoothest names to roll off the tongue.
Well, I don't think that that's the problem. Anyway, side out here. Alix Truong and Vivian Glozman trying to build on their lead. 7-5-1. Little love off the tape there on Glozman's serve.
Nice spot from Glozman on a rare speed up right there. You don't see her do it much. She does it well from Pisnik. Watch this backhand roll, but Glozman ready for it in the middle.
So it'll be Glozman. 8-5-1.
I will say this. Glozman did not get cheated on that 3rd shot drive. She absolutely ripped that ball.
9-5-1. Ooh, that rolled about 6 inches on the tape. Doesn't go.
Just a little burst of wind.
Little bit.
On that one. But instead, it does just push them on to their 2nd serve. So Truong with another opportunity to build on this lead.
Good cover from Emmrich right there as Glozman had a sliver of daylight, but Emmrich closed it quickly.
So it'll be a side out here. Tina Pisnik with the serve, trailing 5-9-1. Speed up there from Tammy Emmerich. Glozman very ready for it.
Well, she pulled it. She needs to sit on that and kind of push that back towards the middle. She tries to really rip it and pulls it about 5 feet wide.
Oh, they fought over the middle ball.
They hit the Lexus back there. Our title sponsor. Don't want to hurt the Lexus. Break it, you bought it.
6-9-2.
Well, with some of the new contracts, these players can afford that Lexus back then.
6-9-2.
Nice spot there from Pisnik. And if she gets the ball up like that, again, we've seen her do it numerous times throughout this match. Combo to the middle, and then watch her just find that perfect spot on the sideline. And here they come.
7-9-2.
Emmrich and Pisnik just have not been phased. Even trailing as big as they did in game 2. Stayed pretty calm, pretty cool, which is signature to both of these women's games, but gonna have to start finding some spots here to take advantage because Truong and Glozman get the ball back on their side, up 9-7-1, sitting just 2 points away from punching their ticket to the women's doubles final. Make it 1. Alix Truong and Vivian Glozman with an opportunity here to play in the women's doubles winners bracket final. Glozman, great recovery.
Oh, wow.
You are not going to put that lob over on me, ma'am. The overhead punisher from Vivian Glozman, the way this match ends. Vivian Glozman and Alix Truong are moving on to the women's doubles final of the 2023 APP Chicago Open. We're going to hear from them when we come back.
Hey, Jake from State Farm. I want that personal price plan. So how's this for personal? I draw mustaches on players' faces when they're asleep.
Coach Reed, you don't need to get that personal to get the State Farm personal price plan. It helps you create an affordable price just for you.
Oh.
Coach, it happened again.
I'm gonna get to the bottom of this.
Call or click to get a quote today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Having a tough time getting better? Our 3-day Level Up Pickleball camps feature a low student pro ratio and offer personalised training from the best pros in the game. Level Up will take you full circle through the point building process by teaching proper stroke mechanics, positioning and winning game strategies. Each camper also receives a personalised before and after video, an instructional manual, product discounts and more. Discover how good you can be with Level Up Pickleball camps. Visit us today at leveluppickleballcamps.com.
Introducing Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of the APP Tour. They're ultra lightweight and responsive for incredible speed. They have Goodyear rubber outsoles with a specialized pickleball design for increased side-to-side stability and agility. Plus, they feature shock-absorbing foam and Skechers' famous relaxed fit design for incredible comfort game after game. Conquer the court in comfort. Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of the APP Tour.
Let's take a look at our Lexus Experience Amazing Play of the Day, the match point that got Alix Truong and Vivian Glozman their spot in the women's doubles final.
Yeah, big overhead finish there from Vivian Glozman to seal it, but a fantastic adjustment for them, taking games 2 and 3 to win this one. Dominic Catalano is courtside with Alix and Vivian.
And we are courtside here with Alix Truong and Vivian Glozman. First, congratulations, ladies. Moving on to that winner bracket final. Alix, to start with you. Game 1, you guys lose. What were the adjustments made in Game 2 as you guys took that one 11-1?
Yeah, Viv and I have been practicing patterns and as a team, and so we wanted to isolate a certain spot, and we weren't really hitting that. So we decided to just talk it through and see if there was a different pattern we wanted to do because we weren't hitting the shots that we wanted to. As well as just being more aggressive. That's our game. She's literally 6 feet tall, and I'm the little one, so if I can set her up to get her into the net and crash, I mean, that's what we like to do the most.
And it did seem like that, Viv. It looked like you guys were playing a little more pace in Game 2 and in Game 3. You were driving a lot more. Was that something you're looking to do with Alix, who's setting you up?
Yeah, Alix is really good at crashing off my drive. I think we play best as a team when we're taking it to our opponents. Anytime we're passive and let them play, it's a different story. So I think that's what we focused on this match, yeah.
All right, well, congratulations, ladies. You get to sit this match out. Watch who you're going to play up next, which we have coming for you next on Championship Court. Second women's semifinals on the pro side of things. Don't go anywhere.